Back when I was a child, we didn't have the internet at home. Life was easier. We had wine, cheese, and snails for dinner. It was delicious. Yes, back when I was a child, life was easier. Everything was easy. Everything, well, to be honest, almost everything. I remember struggling with a specific grammar topic during the French lessons of Madame Pantouflette, my very first French teacher. And she would say, Gitan, wake up. And I would say, Madame Pantouflette, what are you talking about? I was not sleeping. Come on, you know me better than that. It just so happened that I had a speck of dust in my eye, so I had to close my eyes for a minute to rest the cornea. But I feel much better now, so we can resume the lesson. Yes, you guessed it, the lessons of Madame Pantouflette were not that exciting, especially when she talked about the prepositions that followed certain verbs, like the prepositions a and de. And this is the topic of this lesson. So I'll try to make this point clearer than my former teacher, and you try not to fall asleep because you have a speck of dust in your eye. It all starts with a list. We have 5 different situations that you can use as a framework of reference when you want to know if a preposition should follow a certain verb. For example, we have the preposition a that works with verbs of communication. And then, same preposition a with verbs that express an effort. Preposition de plus nun. And we have here the origin of the dependency. We're gonna cover all that in a second. Don't worry about it. This is just the first step. We present the data before getting more specific. And then we have the absence sometimes of preposition followed by a noun, and the absence of preposition followed by an infinitive verb. And we have here 4 cases to describe together. And now that we have presented this information, we can go a bit deeper and review the first case in the case of the preposition a plus a communication verb. For example, parler à quelqu'un, talking to someone. Yes, in that case, we have a verb of communication. Dire à quelqu'un, to tell someone. Envoyer à quelqu'un, to send something to someone. In that case, we have the preposition à. Okay, it is a verb of communication. So, when you encounter a verb that you believe is a communication verb, it is fair to say that the preposition that will follow this verb will be a. And of course, I recommend you click the link below this video later or now if you are already ready to do the exercise that will check your understanding of this topic. Point number 2. It's when the preposition a follows a verb that expresses an effort, or rather, when the preposition here is gonna tell you that in some cases, when you have a verb that expresses a great amount of energy necessary to do something, you're gonna have to use a. For example, réussir à faire quelque chose. You can ask that to the robot on the picture. Can you jump rope? Well, he can say yes, I can, but it's not easy, it's very hard. And finally, he will say, j'ai réussi à faire de la corde à sauter. I succeeded in jumping ropes. To succeed, to do something en anglais. So, here we have other verbs. Parvenir à faire quelque chose. You follow me? You get me? Parvenir à faire quelque chose. Manage to do something. Arriver à faire quelque chose, which is synonymous. When you have an effort, you're gonna have the preposition à. Okay, is it very clear so far? Well, I hope it is. And then we have the preposition de that will follow a noun. When you have the origin or the dependency, that will be relevant to use this preposition. In fact, it will be more than relevant, it will be necessary. Dépendre de quelqu'un, to depend on someone. When we depend on someone, well, there is a link of dependency, and then we use the preposition de. It also works from origin. For example, ce message vient de quelqu'un. This message comes from someone. There is an origin somewhere, and then you know that you're gonna have to use the preposition de. And already 3 prepositions, and now we can cover the situations a bit more simple, or rather, it is quite the opposite. It is actually harder. Point number 4, when you don't have a preposition. In this case, it's easy. When you have someone watching TV, a program of value, for example, and then you have the perception verb that is in that situation, well, no preposition at all. For example, regarder quelqu'un, watch someone. There is a sense here, the sense of sight, and it also works for to listen or to hear, écouter, entendre, voir, to see. When the senses are stimulated, you don't need a preposition. Well, this is a good example of that, of course. And finally, last but not least, we have the cases where you don't have a preposition and the first verb follows an infinitive verb. And it works in the case of preferences, wishes, perceptions, and common verbs. This is a bit more vague in that case, I will admit it. Okay? Préférer faire, to prefer to do something. It is a preference. You don't have a preposition here, whereas in English, well, there is a to, or not in the case of the present continuous, of course. Désirer faire, to desire, to do, no preposition, it is a wish. Regarder faire, a perception. Perception. Regarder faire quelqu'un, to watch someone do something, to watch someone doing. Pouvoir faire, to be able to do, it is a common verb. And here, no preposition. J'ai entendu, here I am speaking French. I already heard many times during the lessons giving French lessons that some students said, j'aimerais pouvoir de faire. I would like to do. No preposition in that case. This was a trap, and you've been trapped. Or maybe not you personally, but that person probably was trapped in the trap. And to get out of the trap, to get out of the well, the bottomless pit, you absolutely need to pay attention to the grammar rules. It also applies to other verbs, of course. Aimer faire. And quick question, member of the audience or listener or viewer, I don't know if you can see me or not. Aimer faire, will it be a verb of preference, wish, perception, or common verbs? You have 3 seconds. I think you said something like preference. Yes? Well, this is the right answer. And we already covered all the cases. Now is the right time. It seems to me that it is the right time to click the link below the video to find out how much you understand from this lesson, how much you can retain from this lesson. And I invite you to pursue your desire to learn the French grammar right now. Click the link below the video and I'll see you on the website. I'm really happy to work with you. See you next time.